Welcome to the cat, bitch. Made us a plan, stuck to the goal. Keep it 100, that's the G code. Got it out the mud, watch the grass grow. True to the shit, you ain't seen this before. Man, we made us a plan, stuck to the goal. Keep it 100, that's the G code. Got it out the mud, watch the grass grow. True to the shit, you ain't seen this before.
Let's go. The ATM case is calling. Go ahead, boy, we're trolling. You can hate me.
But I can always go to luck and look at this shit, so I ain't even tripping. So I look mine in the car, but at the same time.
You want to run and get it? Go get it right quick. You want to get it? Go grab that motherfucker right quick so I can get it and just set up. Yeah, go grab that motherfucker. I can always, we edit. The live I can't edit, but we can edit the rest, goddamn. For real. Yeah, we're Mackin-N-Traffic in this time. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. We in here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, throw the keys right there. So I can get them unlock my door. Damn, I don't know how to get that.
Good. Good. Listen to what we got in here. Let me share this deal.
Get your shit online.
Huh?
You don't gotta set your shit online. So you ain't got no Facebook page.
Yeah, I forgot she won't like you. None of this social media. That's just like none of this social media.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? We'll be right back after these messages. Yours truly, Bigga, Black the Legend, aka the Black John Madden, coming up next on Mackin-N-Traffic with Love Bone. Y'all already see what we're doing. Cousin DJ Live is on my side. Yeah, man, Love Bone right there. We about to get it going, man. Y'all already know what it is. Stay tuned. It's my 50th birthday, and I'm live with Mackin-N-Traffic with the boy Lucky, aka Love Bone.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're about to get it started right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're about to get it in. Okay, that one, that's the main one there, so let me get that one. Yeah. Okay, I'll go on here again. Check. For real?
Mic check. Yeah, we out here, baby.
Yes, sir. All right. Let's get this thing started, man. Goddamn, we get this intro playing right quick. This is how we're gonna do this thing. Watch the editing bit foolish. You're gonna be dope with this. Is a bitch on the tube, though. Watch it. I gotta get the intro right.
Welcome to the cat, bitch. Made us a plan, stuck to the goal. Keep it 100, that's the G code.
Let's go.
Got it out the mud, watch the grass grow. True to the shit, ain't seen this before. Made us a plan, stuck to the goal. Keep it 100, that's the G code.
Let's go.
Got it out the mud, watch the grass grow.
That's right.
Move to the shit, he ain't seen this before.
Alright, man. Y'all tuned in live, man. Y'all seen what's going on, man. The one that's on the camera's gonna catch it later on the tube. Hey, man. It's a special day today, man. For real, for real. It's going down, man. Y'all live with your boy Luckbone, man. Mackin-N-Traffic, man. This is part 2 of famous episode, man. I'm saying famous because it's famous to the motherfucker. Y'all don't understand, man. I got the one and only OG. It gave me the sauce, the flavor, the goddamn how to get out here and move to the east side, west side, south side, north side of the motherfucking folk, man. I told you I talk shit while speaking shit for real, man. I'm talking about if I want 100, I couldn't throw the folks up, man. Y'all been listening to shit every time out. Cause I got the game from motherfuckers that gave me the sauce, man, since I've been out here, man. Some real OGs, man. They taught us how to hustle, man, how to get out here and make it happen. That's why we're Mackin-N-Traffic like a motherfucker right now. You know what I'm talking about? I'm in here with the motherfucking, not only that, man, it's his birthday.
The 50th.
Yeah.
The 50th, man. So I feel blessed to even have a brother take time out of his day to even come sit with a player. You know what I'm talking about?
You know, I wouldn't have been nowhere else, Lucky, my God.
For real, man. So y'all don't even understand what's going on right now. So y'all tuning in, y'all see some special shit going on right now. On top of that, I'm talking about Mr. Motherfucking EA Sports in this motherfucker, man.
Yes, in the game. Y'all better know it.
Oh, man, y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand what I'm talking about, man. I'm with the bro live in the flesh, man. It's blessed to be with a true OG, man, that he ain't give me no pussy, gave me game.
That's right.
And I say, I can survive anywhere I go around the globe. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Because
sir.
OG gave me real game, man. And then they say, you watch Dream Champs and all them other podcasts, man, but this is some Carolina shit, man. Mackin-N-Traffic, man. So we're going to show our flowers to the OGs in here while we're here, man. While we still underground with this shit, man. Still getting it from the mud, still doing the fuck we do, man. Still talking shit while I spit. You know what I'm talking about?
That's right.
I mean, it's just my guest, man. And he brought special guests with him too, man. I tell you, man, it's Carolina shit, man. It's love around this motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't tripping about nothing. We ain't tripping about nothing but our motherfucking college. You know what I'm talking about? One and only, man. Space Bigga in this motherfucker, man.
Y'all already know, man. It's a lot of duplicators, a lot of imitators, but there's only one originator. He be
Baby girl got ass. She ain't got no titties. All I know is get it. Flexing around the city. Little booties matter. But some like them bigger. I got my $40. You know I'm trying to hit.
Bigga Black, aka Black John Madden, aka Spaceo, sports, parties, artists, comedy, and entertainment, spaceships, planets, aliens, comets, eclipse, in orbit. Yeah, I'm talking about. You already know I'm in orbit. It's yours truly, Bigga Boo in the building. And I brought along my little young cousin, aka my little nephew, DG Live. He next. Y'all always asking me about what I'm doing with the music. Am I still messing with the music? Of course, I'm hip hop for life. I am the culture. I'm a rap god. So of course, I'm gonna stay on the behind the scenes and make sure the culture stay correct. So yeah, I brought my little nephew to the table. And he about to, you know what I'm saying, do his thing next. And I had to come and, you know, introduce him to a real one that really know the industry in and out. Not only just the grits and grind behind doing shows and getting out here selling your music, but also doing the business and how to get your business right. There's a lot of artists out here today think it's all about just getting in the booth and making songs. But I tell them all the time, it's 90% business, 10% that rapping shit you doing. So while you out here rapping and not handling your business, and then when you finally get into a situation and realize you end up with the short end of the stick, it's because you didn't do your homework. And one thing I respect about Luckbone, he always did his homework, he always did his extra credit, and he always did his research and shit. So that's why he where he is and why he is as successful as he is because Lucky really took notes and really paid attention and paid homage to the pioneers and the people that came before him. And he's one of the most humblest guys I've ever met when it comes to anything, but particularly music. This guy right here has helped everybody in the Queen City, South Carolina, and above and beyond with how to get themselves together with the first steps of hip hop. So hats off to you, Luck. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give you that.
Appreciate
you know what I'm
that,
saying?
man. Appreciate that, baby. Yeah, I appreciate you coming. Hey, man, I told you, man, this Mackin-N-Traffic thing is something serious, man.
Oh, yeah.
So, something to share with y'all, man. We're gonna get right into it, man, because it's my man's birthday. Not only that he here, man. So how does it feel, man, the Big 5-0, man? What's going on? Let's talk about that right now.
I mean, you know, Luck, when you think about all the years that I put into the industry and put into the construction behind building a hip hop image in Charlotte, you know, I've been in the music thing for over 30 years. I'm one of the first original artists out of Charlotte to go independently when Guys was out here trying to get signed and running back and forth to New York and running to Atlanta. I had already found out the independent way. So I started selling my stuff out the trunk because at the end of the day, I knew back then, look, when I got a deal, they wasn't going to give me the money that I was worth. And then once I seen that I could take 1,000 CDs and sell them at $10 a pop and make 10 bands, and then if I signed with the label, back then I was only going to get about 7 to 8 cents off of each CD, meaning I got to sell a lot of CDs in order to make money. So when I was going on tour and hooking up with the promoters and opening up for them artists back in the day, I taught a lot of artists that, you know, the way to go is independent, because you guys, when they looking at me backstage selling my CD, they asking me, yo, how much you gonna get off that CD? I'm gonna get the whole $10.
All right.
What you mean? I'm my own label. I'm my own everything. I self-making, matter of fact, all my shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm ready to go. I don't stand back here after I get them little 5 or 6, 7 minutes to try to act like I'm a star like these guys. They already getting to the bag. I'm gonna get my ass off this stage, but I'm gonna go in the crowd with a backpack full of them bitches. By the time the show over, my shit gonna be empty, my pocket's gonna be fat, and I'm gonna be staying on the same floor them rappers staying on. And they used to always say, man, how you do that? Because, bro, the independent is the way. You don't get nothing new. When you sign a major record deal, you don't get no more than probably, you might be getting 20 cents now. And that's a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, you know, when you talk about the older rappers, LL, Public Enemy, you know, Rakim, you know, those guys that come from that era, they wasn't making a lot, Ron DMC, them, they wasn't making a lot of money. They had to sell wild, mad CDs in order to really get $250,000 at the end of the day. Right. You see what I'm saying? But now the game is changing. It's much more advanced for the younger generation. And we got artists growing at a rapid rate. But the thing about it is, look, they don't know the business.
Right.
So now you got young guys running out here ready to sell their soul for $200,000-$300,000, a big chain with the plate on it, a little, you know, pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? They might get the floss and the whip. But in actuality, you can ask half of them dudes what you own. And none of them don't own nothing. They from hotel to hotel to hotel, and they get their money off of shows. Right. So if I'm getting paid 5 to 10 bands every show, and I'm doing 4 or 5 shows a week, do the math. But what happens when the shows play out? Right. What your royalties look like? Right. Who gonna still get money after your record decline from its height once it's at its peak? Right. And then once it gets to its peak, it starts to decline. And that's what they count. The Billboard count the weeks you stay at the top. Right. And then as you start, you know what I'm saying, decline, now 5 years later when that song ain't popular no more, who's getting the residual income for the record? 9 times out of 10, the record label is, because the artist didn't know that, oh, I gotta have my publishing company, I gotta have this copyright, I gotta have my ASCAP, I gotta have my BMI. A lot of guys don't even know what a split sheet is. They'll go ahead and do a song with a dude, and then at the end of the day, they don't do no paperwork, and then the song take off, and then now they're ready to kill each other because they feel like one don't got paid for the record and didn't pay the other one. Right. Well, that's what you call a split sheet. When you go in the studio, y'all take each other artists' information and all of that stuff, so if the record do pop, then you ain't got to worry about me falling out with Luck Bone. ASCAP or BMI gonna cut the check, because I'm on the record with them. So these are the small things that artists don't know, and that the game ain't gonna teach you, because the game is to be sold and not to be told. So when y'all walk in the room,
so the Mackin-Traffic, y'all was free area.
You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When y'all walk in the room, y'all already going off the glitz and glamour of, oh man, good God Almighty, how bad that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, good God Almighty, when you see that watch he got on, da 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 da. All the dumb shit that's in the industry, and then you blind, and then you don't realize you get this money, and it's more money than you ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Now you out here, you popping pills, you doing all kind of different things you ain't never did before, but you don't know what you're doing. Now you out here on your way to an early death, and then guess who recoups from that? The record label. Off of you young boys, they got life insurance on you guys. So when y'all go out here and get these $2-3 million deals, they know y'all gonna be dead in 5, but they don't take out a $20 million insurance on you. Your mama don't get that. She get that little paper while you still popping and this, that, and the
Baby, it just keeps he done relapse. I'm back at it like a crack addict. He done relapse. I'm back at it like a crack addict. He done relapse. I'm back at it like a crack addict. Game time from the M-Town to Story Hill.
Know that these niggas are straight snakes, you know what I'm saying? But the big money, oh man, they got the Pop Smoke money. They got the Mo3 money. They get to keep that, you know what I'm saying? Because them niggas are no longer here, you know what I'm talking about? The XS and Kashiyans, they dead. But their music will sell forever. And what y'all don't understand, artists is worth way more dead than they are alive. So that's why when they die, the record says, I don't care if you're an old school artist, die tomorrow. You're going to sell 50 million, got there about 3-4 months because of the simple fact you're gone. So we have to pay homage by buying your music again. But then when you actually do the resources, say, hey, okay, we just went out and bought 3,000 units of R. Kelly. He just got 30 years. How much money are that? R. Kelly won't get a dime. Because all that will be tied up in legal fees and lawyers and attorneys that tried to help him, and still he got 30. You know what I'm saying? But kind of getting off the subject of what Luck was saying, 50 years of being in the industry has really made me like an icon to the game. And see, a lot of times when I was dealing with the music, people, oh man, well, why you never got on? I went to them meetings. I went to New York. I met the Puffies. I met the Jay-Z's and all of them. But at the end of the day, me coming from the South, and Charlotte didn't have a name at that time, they was giving you pennies on the dollar. We ain't gonna give you no major deal, because you gotta realize the reason why it took the South to get on so hard, North, South Carolina, really South Carolina and Georgia got their just due. North Carolina got a little bit of just due when they dropped Old Boy, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the reason why they didn't really want a lot of artists coming from this area, because they knew it would stop the northern money. And now the South has took over the industry. So now you got New York rappers having to dumb down their style and sound like us to sell a record. When we come from rap being intellectual, you had to be talking some knowledge or speaking something real in order for people to deal with you. And then when the game switched over to reality, was when pop came along and started shooting cops and started doing real life stuff. That's what made the game be what it is today, Luck, to where everybody got to prove themselves, you know, whether it's ignorantly or disrespectfully, they have to prove themselves, because nobody don't buy fake no more. Even TV is reality TV.
All right.
So when you see reality TV, you listen to reality rap. Don't nobody feel you if you ain't doing what you say you do. But it's causing us a generation of a nation that will never get to reach their full potential, because they're dying at an early age because of what these rappers are promoting, whether it be the drugs, whether it be the money, the murderers, the gangs. Like, all of this stuff is killing our young generation. And now we don't have hip-hop rappers. Now we have what you call prescription rappers. Because everybody got to be on a perk or some Tussinex or some magazines, some activists, prescription rappers. And that's pretty much what they are. The mobile game is a prescription rapper. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you think about hip-hop and where it came from 30 years ago, you got to realize hip-hop is just as old as I am. Hip-hop is only 49 years old.
Yeah, I said 49, 50 years.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why 50 is important to me, because I was around when hip-hop first came on the scene, and then I came from so many different eras of hip-hop. I could have signed with Russell Simmons back in the early 90s. That's facts. And there's people that can tell you this same story. I went to Def Jam on 42nd Street in Manhattan, downtown New York, and walked straight through. There was a line all the way around the building where people was trying to get into Def Jam just to drop their demo off. My rap partner at that time happened to be from New York, Andrew. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my dude Drew. We had a crew called Two Black in the Tribe. We went to New York, got in there, went upstairs, buzzed us up. This is back in the third base with the gas face, all of it. Back in that era when MC Hammer was jumping. Like,
you don't think they do your homework enough to know about shit like that. But you know that though.
But if y'all think I'm exaggerating or whatever, you can do the research and see that this is how far hip hop has came. I remember the time when I was told to come to Uptown Records by Jodeci. This was back in the early 90s. They heard me rap. Jodeci was like, yeah, you dope, you from Charlotte, man. Yeah, come to New York to Uptown. At the time when Andre Harrell was running, Puffy was Andre Harrell's right-hand man. I got to New York, walked into the lobby. Jodeci and them just happened to be in the studio recording the album Forever My Lady. Walked out in the lobby, swerving down, they didn't know me. On God, swerving down, they did not know me. Wow. So that's when we walked out of Uptown and went straight to Russell. We went straight to Def Jam and walked straight in that jump. And Russell told us to come back to Charlotte and fix up our music and tighten up some things and come back in a couple weeks, and I could have been signed to Def Jam back in the early 90s. But when we got back, the dudes we was working with that was doing the music at the time, back then the studios had real instruments. We was typing on reels. You was on the reel-to-reel. The same stuff that run through tapes. Yeah. Cassette discs. That's what the cassette tapes. We was scratching on that back then.
Brown shit, y'all know about it.
Back then, a demo of 5 songs, Luck Bone, will cost you $1,800.
Shit, I believe.
$1,800 to record 5 songs back in the early days when rappers wasn't even going to the studio. The only people who was going to studios was musicians that played guitar, saxophones, keyboards, that made real music. You know what I'm saying? When the hip hop came in, they didn't even know how to take it because how could we record it? Then they found that we could record it reel to reel. And that's when everything else came about. But then when we come back from New York, now the dudes see we get ready to get a deal. Oh, he ready to go up the price on us. At that time, we in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We doing our thing. You know, everybody getting a little money. We hustling this, that, and the third. The whole operation fall. Niggas get popped. The whole thing go down. We never go back to New York. We never do that. So by the time I come home and get myself back on my feet, I go right back into rapping. But now I got enough knowledge to know I need to go independently. I can't go out here and let nobody, pimp me, because back then, they don't really want the artist. They just want your publishing. They don't care about putting you on, because your life expectancy in the industry is 3 to 5 years. That's why you see after 4 or 5 years, artists die down. Artists that have a run, Lil Baby had a run for the last 4 or 5 years, he took the industry. After a while, you won't hear him no more. The Baby, you won't hear him no more. Nicki Minaj won't hear her no more. Drake won't hear him as much no more. Because at the end of the day, your reign on the top is short like leprechauns. Biggie told us that. As I crush so-called willies and thugs and rapper dons. Get in that ass quick fast like Ramadan. It's the rapper Ramadan. Dollar, I Papa. You see what I'm saying? See, if you in hip-hop and you don't know hip-hop to the fullest, like you got to know other artists' music in order to call yourself a real lyricist or call yourself a real dope artist. If you out here just rhyming and not paying attention to the other rhyming techniques and cadence that artists use, then you're going to get behind time. Because at the end of the day, that's how I became who I am. I studied the greats. You see what I'm saying? I don't rap against Jay-Z and Benny Siegels and Freeway on the Sprite Liquids tour back in the day, 2000s, early. My man Pat got this on video. Dang Dash, well, we give you $20,000 right now for that jump. Nah, I'm not giving y'all this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this on my DVD. And still to this day, I never dropped the DVD. But I got that footage of Sprite Liquids tour, the Budweiser Superfest, Smoky Groove. All of these tours I was on independently. Yeah. And I sold many records. When other guys were still, oh man, we ain't going that way, that's bootleg, and we gonna go get a deal, and this, that, and the third. And then a lot of guys got suckered, like they're doing now. This is what I tell artists right now. Y'all out here doing fire music. How you gonna get your own concrete sound if you out here running around trying to go get features with guys that's already owned in the business, and then you gonna give them $6,000 or $8,000 for a feature, but then turn around, that artist will not promote that feature that he got with you.
And not obligated to do it either.
You see what I'm saying? Not obligated to do it. Right. But what I'm saying, as an artist, once you have reached the pinnacle of where you're going, and another up-and-coming artist thinks enough to give you $5,000 of his hard-earned money. When you doing big shows, you supposed to call that artist and be like, yo, meet me in such and such town so we can do that song tonight. So it'll gain traction for the artists that spent that money. So they laugh at y'all when y'all sweat them and be all at the backstage of the club and waiting on, yo, you gonna come to the studio and do one with us? We got plenty of money. You understand? And they look at these and they go, man, let's go ahead and get carry little bars right quick and get these over 15, 16,000, hop right back on the tour bus. The next day you couldn't call Boosie or Moneybag Joe or any of them niggas that y'all be booking and putting on records. Not to take nothing from them niggas, because at the end of the day, hey, they only doing what the fuck they do. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Because my thing is this right here, look. Yeah. If you dope and you fire like that, any major artist that you see, they supposed to feel your music enough to say, shit, look, I'll give you a free feature. Right. Fuck it, I fuck with you. Don't give me no money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to turn you on to some shows and bring you with me so people can really get you out there. If a nigga take your money, then that means he don't respect your craft.
Hey, man, shout out to Lil Flip, man.
Big Lil Flip, what's good, baby?
Shout out to Lil Flip, man.
Shout out to Lil Flip, what's good?
And he sent it back like 2 days later.
Right.
Shout out to Lil Flip, man.
Shout out to Lil Flip. Lil Flip sent the picture back.
He sent it right back.
See what I'm talking about? So this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is proof right here with Luck Bone that you can get features from these national recording artists.
You know, that came shout out. Man, shout out to Lil Flip. And the cat got my cat and rode with me. We drove to Jacksonville.
So
Then flew back to Texas. I mean to Colorado for the Up and Smoke tour with Police for Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Then came back and called me to pick up from the airport. Then we did the show at Spartanburg.
Yeah.
We got to the show. Then gave me the mic. Said, "Nigga, do you?"
Yeah.
Shout out Lil Flip, man.
So shout out to Lil Flip, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, when you think about independency, that's how I came in the game. You know, back in the days when I was up on South Boulevard with DNR, chilling with DNR in the store, you know, I sold a lot of music at a DNR store. Even though DNR sold clothes, I still sold my music. And I inspired a lot of guys that used to come through the store to open up and do their own thing, and they were successful. Right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. Selmo Fo.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? AKA Old Coon, you know what I'm saying? Fish Skin Entertainment. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, like, I think one of the most influential guys in the last 5 years as far as what he did with his music and how he went about doing it independently. Like, that was strong, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he wasn't asking for any handouts. He came in the game, he did his thing, his sound was what it was, the industry respected him, and he went as far as the West Coast to meet Nipsey. A lot of guys can't say that. Right. You see what I'm saying? And then he got some of the marathon medicine. And it's in his vein. And now you see what I'm saying? We still running. See, it ain't over for the city. What we got to do, look, we got to come together as a collective unit. Stop hating on one another. We don't all make the same type of music. Respect the dude for his style of music. Instead of trying to be in competition against him, because at the end of the day, his fans ain't your fans. What we're trying to do as artists independently is to merge our fans. A Luck Bone crowd meet a Chesney Boy crowd, just throwing that as an example. But we all are patronizing each other versus, you know, nah, you know what I'm saying, I don't fuck with them niggas. I don't, the east side, this the west side, the south side, this the north side. But ain't nobody making no money.
Money green, fuck all that shit.
We should be throwing concerts and festivals on every side of Charlotte, paying homage to each side of Charlotte. Because believe it or not, the north got a different style from the west. The west got a different style from the east got a different style from the south, and it's different talent. But this is an untapped oil well. And what's gonna happen is y'all gonna let somebody come in this town that ain't from this town with ghouls and gobs of money and sign up a whole bunch of motherfuckers and destroy the city when we supposed to already be homegrown entrepreneurs. You ride 4 hours down the road, them young niggas drive $300,000-$400,000 cars. You come 4 hours up the road and we still fighting at showcases. Shooting up the building because what? It ain't no A&Rs and ain't no distribution companies in these showcases. So that's why I'm telling artists, why would you even waste your money running over here to perform for who? Who in there? A bunch of niggas that don't like you? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nah, that ain't what we doing. If we gonna do showcases, the radio must be involved like Derek Street is in Atlanta, which is originally from Charlotte. Cause Charlotte got there was so far behind, went to Atlanta, now Derek Street is the #1 name down there. He from Charlotte. Born and raised, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell you. We so stuck on trying to beat the next artist for getting on instead of when Luck Bone dropped, the whole city get behind Bone and push it to 10,000 copies, and then we drop somebody else and he pushes it to 10,000 copies. Now we already gaining traction. And our city getting on as a whole and collectively.
Why do you think people that's so hard, man? Because it really ain't that hard, man. But why do you think motherfuckers just want to jump on, like, what's the issue?
Because Charlotte's so busy perpetrating. It's people that's been wanting to put this city on forever. But every time they meet us from this city, we already act like we got it. And we already own. You know, we doing a lot of fronting and stunting for nothing. See, in order for someone to help you, you must allow them to know what your need is. But if I come to you and you act like you got everything, I'm not going to invest my money in you. Nigga, you telling me you got $30,000, $40,000. So what you trying to do? You want to meet with the majors? Give me $15,000. Oh man, shit, I ain't got no money like that. I can't go meet you in person. I ain't got 15, man. What the fuck you out here yelling and screaming for about your music? It take money to make money. And if niggas ain't willing to invest in themselves, who gonna buy you if you can't sell you? Ain't nobody buying that, bro. We Mackin-N-Traffic. Who gonna buy you if you can't sell you?
Hey, for real,
that was real talk. You can say what you want to say about Bigga Black, but I never sold a CD for under a dime. Even when I had 2 songs on the joint, I was getting $5 a song. They say, hold up, Bigga Boo, that's too high. Man, that's a cassette, Bigga Boo. Bigga Boo, that's a cassette. You want $5 for each song. And niggas paid for it, because you know why? Shit, the nigga a hell of a rapper. And if this is the way we got to get it right now, we're going to support it. Back then, I didn't know, I didn't think I was doing that wrong, but the reason why I had to sell them for $5 a single, because, look, I didn't have no major distribution. I had no major bag. I had no promotion. So how in the hell can I give you my single for $2, $3 when it's got them costing me a couple of dollars to get the single pressed up?
I got the best back in me.
So exactly.
Keep it rolling.
So, that's why I told a lot of people.
Repeat,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trap P, Laid Back Entertainment.
What's my dog?
I love the Honorable Trap. Because you gotta realize that's real solid, that's real solid people. You know what I'm saying? When you think about Mr. Selmo 4, that's the South. That's Exit 4 all day long. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, ambassador of the South. Period. You know what I'm saying? Trap P, Laid Back Entertainment. Even when I merged on out of rap, I even merged over and started working a little bit with the Crow's Nest. In the beginning, Crow didn't have a host. He would just have artists come and perform, record them, and then it'll be on Channel 21. Right. I came to him, I say, Crow, listen, well, we need to add a little host to that thing. Yeah. How about letting Bigga come on in there and host a little bit for you? Yeah. That took off. Once Crow showed me the TV world, then I started the Hip Hop Cafe. Where I became the own host of mine, and I did my shows on location.
What's that shit you were talking about earlier when we were talking earlier? What you told me earlier? You told me something. You called me earlier before we put the podcast. You said he's doing it every day. You said something was going on. You said somebody niggas ain't know something. What the fuck was we talking about, man?
Oh, I was telling you about how somebody went on social media the other day and was saying, was saying about who knew the business and who knew. I taught everybody everything I knew when I first started dealing with the majors and was going to New York and coming back, realizing that they didn't care nothing about the artists. All they wanted the artists to do was work, and then sign over all their publishing. You're going to get paid for the time that you hot, and then when you fizzle down, you don't own no rights, you don't own no royalties. That's why Jada Kiss and Jim Jones and all of them had to fight to get their masters back. Right. See, a lot of art, Jay-Z, had some shout out to Jay-Z, Jigga Man. A lot of people got a lot to say about Jig, but Jig came in the game and seriously made them pay us back for what they did to the Cold Crush. He said it in his rap. That's what he was in the game for. Now he went from a millionaire to a billionaire, and now he sits at the top of the food chain as far as the culture. And people still got he this, he that, he just that. No, he's just a smart businessman. And now, when you're dealing with him or a Master P, they're making sure you get all your pennies when you're doing deals versus having you go into an office and you don't know nothing about the business, and then the next thing you know, you don't sign your life away. Artists, Mackin-N-Traffic, stay away from 360 deals.
Let's get in there. What's up with that, man? Because I don't see this shit on the
Hey, I be hearing a lot of artists out here feeling like they don't really got signed when they sign a 360 deal. A 360 deal is a 360-degree pimp. They gonna get paid off you all the way around the board for the rest of your life. And that's what a lot of them guys out of QC got. You know what I'm saying? The Migos, all of them kind of guys. See, and another thing dealing with that situation, people wonder why they don't hear from the Migos a lot. Because the baby don't took their space. Lil Baby don't took their space. He was more Harlem. That stuff was gonna play out. See, that's one thing I would have wanted to see Migos do. I would have see them merge with Thuggish Ruggish Bone and do a record. Because that's where you got your style from. You use some of Thug them to kind of put it out there, but Thug them had Bones and Harmony.
So they got 360 deals. They done made them break violence about the shit out and got them going independent.
But
they don't want to work.
See, but at the end of the day, you can't go independent when the industry don't made you something. When they don't made you something from nothing. See, that's what y'all don't understand with this business. It's easy to get in, but it's hard to get out of those contracts, bro. Yeah. Because you got to realize they making money off your ass hand over fist. Yeah, so you think I'm gonna let you go, nigga? You'll end up dead some motherfucking well. And then if you get out of line, we'll kill your mama. That's what make you get back in line. Like, okay, man, these niggas ain't even playing. Because you're worth more money as long as you're on our slave ship and on our plantation, or you're going to die. And when you go against the grain, you're going to die. Because at the end of the day, you've already sold your soul. Now you're falling back. So you got to realize the devil is just as strong as God. Mm-hmm. And see, that's why the world is where it is right now, Lil Bone, because you got just as much soldiers for the devil as you have angels for God. Right. So it's good against evil is what we're dealing with right now in the world. That's why it's mass shootings everywhere.
Mackin-N-Traffic,
that's why it's mass shootings everywhere. Yeah. That's why people are dying at a rapid rate over fentanyl overdoses, because it's all designed to make us, you know what I'm saying, destroy us. Because they can't do it the old-fashioned way, because we know now that that's racism. We know what the Ku Klux Klan did all those years ago was abomination against black folks. So what they do now is they put motherfuckers like Charleston White on social media and let him down talk. Fuck him, yeah, he deserved it, he dead. Da, 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 da. Can't y'all see what's going on? He couldn't talk like that if he was talking like that about white folk. He talking about us. And he's being funded and given money from higher sources to keep destroying them niggers. Keep destroying them niggers. His hat even say nigga.
He say trademark it. Never even go to conference.
Exactly.
Want to do it.
But at the end of the day, I can get that. I like the acronym for what it stood.
What you think about when he be talking about? Because he do be getting on niggas about the fucked up shit they be doing. They be on their ass.
But see, what I'm trying to tell you is grown men don't gossip.
True.
See, they don't wild foul shit, whack 100 doing, stirring up everything with everybody in the industry. That's some old hoe shit, bro.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Because at the end of the day, if we don't make it to the point to where we can make millions and millions of dollars in the industry, why is we coming up with a way for us to be against each other?
Right.
We've been fighting each other since we come off the slave ship. And the only reason why we was fighting each other is because the white man said, hey, I don't want to see y'all getting along. If that nigga start talking too smart or thinking too quick, I want you to let me know. And that's what we did. We were crabs in the pot. They go all the way back to the Willie Lynch level.
So basically, the algorithm fucked up.
Yeah.
They got that shit locked in.
Yeah, and it's still carrying on. You got to realize, now we are our own Ku Klux Klan. We killing each other. They don't got to do the. Let me show you something. January the 6th at the Capitol. You seen all the white folks show up at the Capitol.
They wasn't bullshit.
And they bust in the Capitol,
like a motherfucker.
did whatever they wanted to do in the Capitol. Now fast forward 25 years ago when Farrakhan told 1 million men to meet him on the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Over 2 million men showed up. You don't think we could have took over and got that thing in Washington? But we was there to atone, to show that the black man can discipline ourselves and can come together.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Them white folks wanted something to happen then.
Yep.
But we fooled them and tricked them, and they was on guard. They'd have brought in the Army, the Navy, the Marine, and everything we cut up. But when good old Proud America went up there on January 6th, you see, they showed they can do whatever they want to do. And some of us went up there and stood with them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But in actuality, man, what you got to realize is we are becoming stronger and stronger and stronger as a people, as a race, as a nation. All we need to figure out now is how can we come together and stop the self-hate trick for one another. Because that's what it is. We hate ourselves.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I hate Luck Ball because he got a store, got a podcast, got music going on. But I see him in the street and dap him up and swear him down. But got him if I caught him lacking. You see what I'm saying? Because there's always going to be somebody that's close to you, knew you, or had some type of dealings with you that's going to be the one that's sneaky, because a motherfucker that don't know you ain't going to bother you. He don't know nothing about you.
All right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's it.
That's why I always keep it T&O, trust no one.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? And when I come in good favor, I come in peace, I come in prosperity, and I come to uplift my brothers. And I tell them everything they need to know about the industry and everything I've been knowing for over the last 25 or 30 years. I try to feed that to them.
Right. So
that they'll know when they get ready to get in those situations, I had somebody tell me what I needed to be looking for. See, right now, the average artist coming up right now, if a nigga walked in the room with $20,000 of them blue things, a nigga signed for 20 years. Because that's more money than they ever seen. Now I get to ride around every day with these guys. I'm hopping out of Bentleys, I'm hopping out of Ferraris, but I don't own none of it. But I'm in the studio doing 8, 9, and 10 songs a night, pouring my soul out. But my shit ain't copywritten. I don't own my own publishing. And then at the end of the day, when they make millions and millions of dollars off you, now you feeling some type of way talking about where my money is. Like I see it again, the game is to be told, the game is to be sold and not to be told. So if you ain't trying to learn how the game go, then you need to get out of the industry, because it's 90% business and 10% that rapping shit y'all doing. And they'll tell you in a minute, oh man, it's $1 million of y'all, we can find any, we can make another you in a minute. So any two-time a label or a company that you go into business with tell you, oh, you replaceable, they let you know right then and there they don't care about you.
Already.
So at the end of the day, as long as you're doing what they ask of you to do, then, and you within compliance, you cool with us. But the minute you start trying to want to create your own content, You see what I'm saying? No artist should ever sign a deal without having creative control.
That don't even make sense.
But you can be surprised. You know, these rappers is coming here talking about these drugs and these pills and pimping these hoes and making these girls suck, you know what I'm saying, all that. They didn't come in the game like that. The label told them we can't sell that. We can't sell all that positive shit you talking about, bro. You don't know about no lean. You don't know about a shot on nigga 5 times. Okay, tell that story.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? They in the studio jumping like you doing that.
Yeah.
But in actuality, you're not doing it as the artist. You ain't killed nobody. You ain't sold no keys. You ain't done none of that shit. And the music that you promote to the masses is what our young generation drive around in the cars and in their neighborhoods and in the streets reenacting. Because such and such said he shot 9 niggas, he let off 100 rounds out of Draco. You gonna go do it in real life. And then I bring these violent video games. I play violent video games too.
And the video games, that's what the fuck.
Yeah, because when you think about it, when I don't sit in a simulator all day long playing Black Ops or playing any type of shooting or killing game, how long do you think I'm gonna play the game?
That is real because motherfucker controller shape.
But what I'm saying to you, how long do you think I'm gonna continue to play the simulator with the goddamn joystick shaking and shit before I really want to go see a real nigga head bust?
Oh shit, I get in 25 about
So
that.
that's what.
Yeah, pop 2 or 3 of them.
That's what makes them say, you know what, man, I'm tired of having 300 kills on a video game. Can I go out here and get 3 in the streets? You see what I'm saying? And that's why the cold case murder cases are so high.
Why do you think that shit got that bad in shot though? You think that's why that shit got crazy?
I mean, it's don't got bad everywhere because you got to realize you got gangs moving into inner cities that normally didn't have a gang structure or gang politics. So when you think about you got kids joining the Bloods, and you got kids joining the Crips, and you got kids joining the Gangsta Disciples and the Vice Lords or any other drain. Not to take nothing away from them organizations, but what those organizations doesn't realize is the power that they have.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like GD stand for growth and development. You see what I'm saying? If we was growing these guys and developing these guys into becoming their own self-sufficient businessmen and creating businesses in our community instead of increasing the murder rate, we would really be going somewhere as a people. But because ain't no money in us coming together, because now once we come together, you're gonna make the other people nervous. Oh man, they starting to look up. You notice the crime rate don't drop for the last 5, 6, 7
Hey, well, we ain't got no choice at this point. The pandemic ain't teaching now. We ain't got no choice. Now
and then you think about the pandemic, they just sold you some bullshit about Corona that Lysol killed. It said it on the can.
And Bill Gates owned the
But they bought all of that off the shelf so that they can get enough people off of this planet for population control so that they can be able to count these numbers. That's what the census is about. Yeah. That's why every 10 years they go all over the world and count everything that's on the U.S. soil because we got to know how many people. We slowly but surely approaching a food shortage. It will be phantom in a minute. There's going to be people killing each other at Walmart over paper towels. That's how a shortage of things is about to come.
That shit with the pandemic going
and this is what I'm trying to tell you. And then right after they finished with the Corona, which was something that they made that made a mandate for you. I'm getting to that. That's one time they made a mandate for you to go get vaccinated, and you don't realize exactly what the vaccination is going to do to you in the next 5 or 10 years. But everybody ran and got their shot. But that's a whole other story. That ain't my business. What I'm saying to you is in the monkeypox. Yeah. The monkeypox is just chickenpox on steroids. But it's coming from same-sex action. That's what created monkeypox. Yeah. Men having sex with men. So you understand what I'm saying? It's another disease that they created to be able to control what now? The gay population.
Not any birth.
Then you think about the overturn with the situation dealing with the abortion. Yeah. So if we overturned abortion, then we got to do something about this gay stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Not to take nothing away from people that choose to live that lifestyle, but if we're going biblical and what the Bible say, if you know what the Bible said and what the city of Sodom and Gomorrah was about, that stuff was going back. See, this is one thing people don't realize. Homosexuality ain't just popped out. It's just that when it gained rights, it gave it freedom to actually be able to market and promote. You see what I'm saying? Because for years it was taboo. People couldn't talk about it. People wouldn't talk about it. We've been had gay uncles and gay aunts, but at the end of the day, that was something we just looked at and ignored because that's how we was raised back in them times. Right. I don't have a problem with it. Where my problem comes in is when you're pushing the agenda on everyday TV with our children. You're not even giving little boys a chance, or little girls a chance to say, I want a boyfriend, or a boy to say, I want a girlfriend. Because you're showing them you don't have to do that anymore.
The war show. The war show, how we think about this trash shit?
What I think about that, it shows you who has a power in America. America is on a fast pace to be able to downgrade the man, to make him look less attractive, less massive,
right,
and more submissive. You see what I'm saying? Like, we'll go out here and talk about everything in the world, but we won't talk about the dude that went up there and shot the 10 people in Buffalo, New York. You understand what I'm saying? That's a hate crime. That's a terrorist crime within our own.
You don't hear about that shit no more.
And you're not going to hear about it. And then there was a man, the security guard that got killed, had already invented a car that ran off water alone. So really, why did he go there? Did he go there to kill those people, or did they know that this man was getting closer to launching his invention where he had made a car that ran off strictly water? See, you got to realize, y'all got to look at the fine print. Everything you see, you can't go for everything you see, because for what you see, everything you see is something behind that. To every consequence, there's a repercussion. You see what I'm saying? To every negative, there's a positive. So at the end of the day, this is what's happening to us as a nation, as a people, as a generation, and we don't love ourselves. We don't love ourselves enough to pool our money together and say, let's go buy us 4 Chick-fil-A's. Let's go get us 3 Applebee's. Let's go get us 2 Starbucks. Nah.
So shit, we definitely got a lot of work to do. So with the state, that's with the state of home right now, like what we had in the city, in Carolina, period. Because like I said, we got a lot of potential, like we said, we're talking about that. What's your take on right now on the state of just the entertainment scene, period, in the city? I
feel like $1 Billion Baby need to spend some of that money, since he running around here talking about he the $1 Billion Baby. We know you ain't worth nothing but a few million, but you could be to $1 billion if you start opening up the doors and signing some real artists around here and go ahead and back it on out the way. Because what I don't want to happen to Lil Kurt, I don't want Lil John to end up being another statistic in hip hop, because the devil has been coming for this kid. Now, one thing I can say about him, I love the fact that he stood up for our city. We know him for knocking your motherfucking ass out and shooting the shit out you if you violate us. So he made it to where Charlotte ain't no punk when it comes to the industry. Because everywhere you go, you Charlotte, they think you just like that little young wild nigga. Mm-hmm. So I do respect him for what he has done, but at the end of the day, instead of us as a city hating, low-key, sneak dissing and hating on the nigga, we need to get with him and really got them getting in here so he can really open up the city. Because see, he got all the keys, like Jay-Z.
Hey, y'all watch your man. Holla at me, baby. We're back in the traffic, man.
You know what I'm saying? He got all the keys.
Come out of the player, man.
He got everybody that'll listen to him now, because he's a household name. Yeah. And he's a heck of an artist. I like what he's doing, but what I need for him to do as being an OG and a pioneer, King Carter, all of them came from under me, Young South Entertainment, come from under me, been knowing Adi, you know what I'm saying, Honor Taylor, Tony Wallace, when they was working reps for Columbia, Universal, Uptown, when they was breaking records. Honor Taylor comes from breaking records. All your DMX, all your Ron DMC, all your Jay-Z, all your Redman, all your Method Man, all your Wu-Tang, Honor Taylor and Tony Wallace worked for major record labels for over 20 plus 30 years, breaking records. They would bring every up north record that was hot to the South, and they were the reason why these guys became popular in the South. And back to what I was saying before, the reason why they didn't want the South to get on is because we bought records here. And if we put a lot of artists out of the South, North and South Carolina and Georgia 30 years ago, the North would have never been what it was. So they had to let the North go as far as they could to Atlanta got it. And when Atlanta got it is when Outkast dropped. Because Outkast came different. Because in the South, we was known for, don't stop, get it, bum, 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 bum. You know what I'm saying? We was a bunch of booty rappers.
Shout out to Luke, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Luke. Shout out to goddamn Luke. Shout out to 2 Live Crew. Yeah. Shout out to JT Money. All of them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole 305, Miami-Dade County, Trick Daddy, Trina, all of them. But what I'm saying is, when they came out the South and started to really spit,
right.
And then when you think about it, Outkast brought us a George Clinton Funkadelic Commodores type of atmosphere. They did hip hop from that aspect of the game. Sudden playlist, Cadillac, funky music. Because we couldn't sound like the North if we wanted the South to rise. So that's why I respect 3000. Shout out to 3000 if you out there. When 3000 say at the awards that year, hey man, I don't know what's going on, but the South got something to say. And ever since he said that, the South took over. T.I. them, none of them wouldn't be what they was, man, if Outkast and Goody Mob didn't take one for the culture in the South. Because they weren't trying to respect us. We country rappers.
For real.
Now, you think about 50 Cent, shout out to 50 Cent, G Unit, Vitamin Water, Power, everything that he's produced. 50 came down here, gotta switch my flow. Step, you know what I'm talking about? That's how he got in the game. Because that up north thing has started to fizzle out. You understand? When you think about the people who have died for the state of hip hop, the Jam Master Jays, the Nipsey Hussles, the Tupacs, the Biggies, all these guys were blood sacrificed for us to clean the culture up, and we still carrying on the same ethics in the industry. And that's why the industry has become a cesspool and a devil's workshop. That's why I wouldn't have nothing to do with hip hop right now, because hip hop is the demon. We got our kids out here talking about we on demon time. Do you know who demons is, bro? You can't kill demons. You understand what I'm saying? They don't care. You understand? They don't care. They don't mind dying. So this is what I'm telling y'all. We have to demonize the situation. We got to get back to telling real true hip hop, telling stories and raising our kids. Because Pop said, if you don't, you'll have a race of babies that'll hate the ladies. And since the man can't create one, he has no right and nowhere to tell a woman when and where she create one. And now you think about it. He said that when
years ago,
when abortion was good.
Whenever
now they overturned it. See what I'm saying? When Pop made that statement then, he was making that statement for the woman. But I do feel like I beg to differ with Pop on that statement, because this is what I want you to understand about abortion. I don't think that abortion should be a decision of a woman alone. If me and a woman have a baby,
it should be both.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I should have some, hey, baby, you know what? I don't think I should have this kid right now. I think I want to go ahead on and have an abortion. Well, if I'm financially in a position to be able to take my child, hey, baby, don't do that to me. Let me get my kid. You go ahead on and go to college, and go to school, become who you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? But if a woman has the power to make the final decision on whether or not to keep it, when she didn't have a final decision on whether or not to make it. See, she couldn't have made the child without the man.
True. So
it's just as much the man as the woman, so he should have some say-so on it. Because now, guess what? If he ain't ready to have a child, do you think it's fair for her to have a child and then put him on child support?
Nah, he fucked up.
Child support is slavery.
You got that right.
That's slavery for any man. Because it's supposed to be 50-50 custody. You know what would kill child support? Is if guys wasn't supporting their child and the child support system found out where he was living with his new life, with his new wife and her kids. I had a baby mama drop the child right off over there where he stayed. And when he get the hooping, now you gotta come get him. Nah, I don't have him 6, 7, 8 years. It's your turn. You see what I'm saying? That'll stop guys from neglecting their children, because they can't run to the system or do nothing, because the system gonna tell them, well, how long has the child been in the mother's house?
True.
And the mama already done told them where they taking the child to. So now, the only reason why they don't allow him to do that, because the dude don't want his other child from his other previous relationship to mess up the relationship he in now. When if you in love with that woman, and you taking care of another woman and another man's kids, you should be able, she should be willing to take care of yours while you taking care of hers. I don't respect a man that'll go play house in a house with a woman with kids that ain't his, but then won't take care of your own kids.
You make him take care of
it. We Mackin-N-Traffic. I ain't come here to play with you now.
If you make him take care of it.
Yeah, if you make him take care of it, thank you, Face, man. But like I said, I wouldn't have rather been anywhere else, you know what I'm saying, than here Mackin-N-Traffic with Luck Bone, and then bringing my nephew to the game. DJ Live. Hey, y'all, that's DJ Live. Tell them who you is out here, man.
Dame Live, you know.
Dame Live, he on his side.
I live with my boy Cuz, you know what I'm saying. And Luck, shout out to Luck, you know what I'm saying. Tune in with him.
All right.
You know.
What you got going on? Talk to
them what you got going on. Tell them what you got dropping.
Got that Busted Baby, you know what I'm saying. A new drop, the music single coming out. Check me out, you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be live, you know. I'm gonna be fucking with Luck, You know, shout out to Chessy Boy, you know what I'm saying, being there.
Yeah.
Cuzzo.
Yeah, you already
Cuz, you know.
Yeah, you already know, but like I said, look, this kid right here, he's a natural. You know what I'm saying? He has a sound that doesn't sound like anybody out here. He's original with what he's doing.
Check something out. Play something.
He's doing. You know, he's working with the auto tunes and stuff like that. But who's not? Who's not between? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't knock an artist for using auto tunes. Let me just put that out there. What I do knock an artist for mumbling. At least find some vocabulary, man. Don't keep saying the same shit over and over like we don't know that you saying the same shit over and over. And a lot of times that mumbling came from being on that server.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
You can't nod
Be
it back.
free. Bluetooth call be free.
Okay, yeah, the Bluetooth call be free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Thanks for everybody checking in. Alan Baker, Maurice Poe, shout out to Charlotte Legend and Maurice Poe.
Y'all see what's going on? Space Bigga. Mackin-N-Traffic around this thing, man. It's going down. We in here.
DJ Floyd, Funky like I say, man, I try not to not acknowledge everybody. I want to make sure that I pay attention. Amber, Mickey, Skyler, I want to NC Giants. Shout out to my man Day Day, OTB, only the best. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Terrence Island. But yeah, we live on Mackin-N-Traffic here with my main man Luck Bone. You know what I'm saying? Putting it down with my cousin. You know what I'm saying? DG Live doing this thing, man. Dang Live.
Be free.
And you know what I'm saying? We just doing the podcast. About to wrap it up in just a minute. I got
The
some other places I
Bluetooth
got to
device
be.
is
But I
connected
thank y'all for
successfully.
tuning in to the podcast, Mackin-N-Traffic. This is part 2 of the part 1 interview with me and Luck Bone. And like I said, Luck Bone is one of my prodigies that really took heed to everything I told him about the business, and he implemented it in his way of hustling. And ever since then, Lucky has been lucky with his music. And one thing I can say about Luck Bone, he ain't never, ever shites nobody on no side of town, and he's always remained to be neutral. And that's what I really respect about him, because he wasn't no dick rider when he came to the city. He was Luck Bone when he came, he Luck Bone right now. He fought with anybody and everybody, but he beefing with nobody. You feel what I'm saying? And stop me when I'm lying. He can go anywhere in the city, they gonna love him, because 9 times out of 10, he done gave somebody else $1 million worth of game. Not to take nothing from Gully and your boy them, but yeah, like I was saying, man, we gotta stop using social media to tear each other down. If we can't use social media to build each other up and really work on what's wrong with us in the black community, you know what I'm saying? If you got a platform, whether you're a radio personality, whether you're a TV host, you know, whether you're a social media sensation, use your platform to enlighten and educate your people. You playing a record now? Okay,
What's that called? What's that called right here? What you playing?
This called Bustin' Baby. This my cousin, right? Tell him what the record is.
Bustin'. You know what I'm
Bustin'.
saying? It's gonna drop soon.
Y'all heard it here first, right here on Mackin-N-Traffic. It already dropped. Check out what we're playing.
She wanna bust. Oh, it's bustin'. Oh, it's bustin'. Shorty want that dick now. Oh, she bustin'. Yeah, that package touch down. Oh, it's bustin'. Oh, it's bustin'. Yeah, it's bustin'.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a little lit.
preview.
See what I'm talking about? See, we got a little something going. I ain't seen him in a minute, but he doing. Play that joint me and you did. I think it's like what they say, baby type of beat or something like that. The beat,
Traffic, man. Y'all see
you
what's
know what I'm
going on,
saying?
man. Stay tuned.
Because I know y'all probably still saying, oh man, do he still rap? He doing a bunch of talking, but I bet you still can't go off the top. If Luck drop the beat right, nigga, I'm murdering shit, nigga.
I got some
You know what
for
I'm
you.
talking about?
I got some.
There you go.
I got
Drop
some.
this book. Look, we gonna put it right here.
Yeah.
It's me and Cuz.
She loving the fake.
What's it called right here?
Off the top. Oh.
Real.
Yeah.
Real fit.
And Wabba D.
I'm on that walking down the city block. Drop. I'm on that cash flow, the money top. I'm getting to it, baby. I'm on that money tip. I'm getting to it, baby. I'm on that money tip. Money on my mind. Money on my mind. Money on my mind. Money on my mind. Yeah. Money on my mind. Money on my mind. Yeah.
This year 2022.
Money.
I got that money on my mind, got that rolling for the shine, on that Audemars. In case a bitch wanna shine, she acting like she fine, and she wanna be my kind. I just tell her take a minute, and don't get in line. But me and my cousin so we stay on the grind and we so far ahead and these niggas wave around. We don't even try to talk, cause we ain't gotta talk. We let the money do the talking, watch them hoes do the walk.
On it, well, T's, cash flow, get it, money, got it, get it, move, get it, show it, on it, get it, money, on my mind, show it.
New shit.
I got that get it, money, yeah, on my mind, show it.
Let's go.
I got that money, that money on my
This
mind.
man 2022. Just in case y'all niggas think I'm out here and video my rap shit. We back in the traffic, nigga. Take the second verse right here, what I told you.
See, I can live fly, or I can land later. And when I pull up, bitch, I might get alligators. The red bottoms, I got them, I'm in the bottom of killers. I give a fuck about haters, I only fuck with real niggas. Me and my cuz. Got buzz, it ain't what it is, but what it was. Try to touch us, you won't taste us. But I'm about to show you how we rackin' paper hoods.
We got that cash flow, money, roll, show it, make it roll.
Video coming soon. I still got it, nigga. We back in the traffic, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, we don't play the whole thing because y'all ain't heard me. This is the last verse. Give me that whole Yeah. Look.
They ain't fucking with me, B. Cause these young niggas be down on their lean. If it ain't that substance, it's calling them towards the scene. And they acting like they activists, but I don't see no activists. These niggas ain't see no facts. Matter of fact, I like them jacks and them grants and them beans, and I don't like to pretend.
This money on my mind,
See what I'm talking about? I'm just gonna leave y'all with that. Just in case y'all thinking I'm washed up and over the hill. Ain't that what they rapping like now?
Only back in the track, man.
Only back in the track. An exclusive interview with Luck Bone and DJ Live, Dave Live on my side. You already know. When he called me, when Lucky called me for anything, I don't care what it is, ain't no price on it. Cause guess what? This guy really genuinely loved what I did for him and what I showed him. And shout out to Third Phase, Uncle Wood. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Big Wood for all your natural, organic needs. You know you gotta make it to Third Phase on Graham Street. You can't miss it. It's the yellow and red building with the line on it for all your shea butters and your incense. Go ahead, let me stop.
Y'all ain't got that. Just go around the corner on 28th Street to the warehouse.
Okay.
It's even bigger.
Yeah, this is even bigger. For all you people that want to wholesale and buy that boat, he can do that too. He is the all-natural king.
He probably watching right now. What's happening?
What's going on, Wood? So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I say, man, this is what I've been trying to tell them, Luck, for years. I'm still here for the younger artists. I'm still here for the up-and-coming artists. And I'm still here for the artists that's already been established. All you rappers that was rapping 5, 10, 15 years ago, come out of retirement. Ain't no age of hip hop.
Why niggas feel like that though, man?
Because they goofy. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Every man got a right to contribute a verse in life. So ain't no age on this shit, especially if you ain't never make it. That mean ain't nobody never heard your music. So I want to
be tapping out like they tell me I'm done with this.
I gotta give a big shout out to my big homie, Silky motherfucking Jones.
Hey man, I was with Silk. Man, shout out to Jones, man.
Me and Silk came in the game together. We recorded in the same fucking house in Wilmore in the basement back in the day.
I'll let it, man.
So shout out to Silky Jones, one of the true Charlotte originators. Shout out to Fat Daddy, Joe Blunt, Blunt Squad, Blunt Society, Jay Chill. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, like, these are the true pioneers that really put it in back then.
You know, Joe Blunt was a fighter, man. You know the first thing he told me when he first met me?
What?
When you told me at Van Allen Graham Street.
What?
Joe Blunt told me, anybody gonna make it in the city and don't fuck with me.
Right. He meant that. He meant that. Super producer Joe Blunt, Joe Relo, Reverend Joe Relo, super producer Fat Daddy, and lyricist. Hey man, the Brown Hornet, man, that's all I'm telling you.
Yeah, Joe, I never forgot that shit, man.
Yeah. So you know, shout out to my little brother Jay Black in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, happy birthday to my mama Shirley Burton. You know,
Happy birthday, mama.
Happy birthday, mama. She, you know what I'm saying, had a birthday on the 1st. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Agent Drac. Shout out to my twin, Janella. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, your birthday today. All you guys who birthdays, all the Leos in the building. I just want to say to y'all, amen, keep striving. And another thing I want to tell the older guys that are in their later 30s, their early 40s, mid 40s, early 50s, listen, don't ever be ashamed of your age. Because guess what? Even wine gets better with time. They say the longer the wine is held, the better the taste. So don't never call yourself old, just call yourself seasoned and ripe. Because guess what? If each one don't teach one, we're going to leave a generation back that's going to wipe us all out. So that's all I'm saying. You're not old. You know what I'm saying? You're just seasoned and you're getting better with time. And for all these artists from new school to now to the old school, there's no expiration date on rap. If you still can make music, you still got content, you still got subject to talk about, come out of retirement. Let's do a big thing for the city to where the old come to the new, to the young. That's how we need to do it. And we need to show 3 different generations of hip-hop culture in Charlotte. No rapper in this city, old or new or now, besides the $1 Billion Baby who has made it nationally and worldwide. And shout out to Lil Kurt, a.k.a. John, a.k.a. The Baby. Hey, man, we your OGs. I know I'm your OG. And if they ain't told you about me, then at the end of the day, bro, we need to meet each other. That's on God. And I'm going to put this out here for y'all. Y'all be running around talking about, oh God, oh God, oh God. Are you really talking about God, the universal and the spirit? Or are you just talking about God to play with God? Because let me give you the definition of what on God should mean for Charlotte. 704, G is the 7th letter made, O is universal, D is the 4th letter. 704 equals G-O-D. We from God City. Shout out to Muscle, God City Vision. You know what I'm talking about? We from the G-O-D. So when we say on God, we mean on our city. Real talk. That alone will make us stick out from any other place. Because no other area code spells God alphabetically but 704. And if I ain't just gave you knowledge right there, then you got to be super duper stupid. You know what I'm talking about?
And they back in traffic for your motherfucking ass. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
Mackin-N-Traffic.
So you know, we from the 704, a.k.a. the God area code. It's G-O-D wherever we go.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So from 704 to the 803, the 804, the 757,
To the
wherever
803,
you,
we out here.
the 404, wherever y'all at, 678, amen, wherever y'all at, just understand Charlotte is next. But in order for us to really be generation next, we got to stop hating on one another, and we got to start pulling together and patronizing and putting our money together, throwing on concerts, throwing on specials, throwing on festivals, doing back to school things jointly. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do something right now, love. Back in the day, you might remember this. You remember the record Self-Destruction?
Hell yeah.
I would love to see us with all the gang violence and the young teenagers killing each other right now.
Yeah.
I would love to see us put together a Self-Destruction of Charlotte and get the north, south, east, and west and get all the rappers from the east, all the rappers from the north, all the rappers from the south, and all the rappers from the west and do a big record about stop the violence and shoot every section on their side. So when the record come on the east side, then you go to the north side, then you go to the west side. And these are all the rappers that come from that side of town. You can't be from the north rapping on the east side. No, we want you to stay on the north side. Because what we're trying to show is that it's talent all the way around Charlotte in the diamond shape, which is north, south, east, and west. You see what I'm saying? So we need to be able to display the talent on all different sides. And we need to come together for a common cause and stop killing one another over senseless bullshit like Instagram and Facebook posts. And he sneak dissed me. What the fuck is a sneak diss? Can somebody out there in TV land tell me what a sneak diss is?
I guess somebody whispering to somebody else and it gets a whisper.
Well, at the end of the day,
It's
Some
like
bullshit.
dissing, but you like trying to do
Bullshit.
it on the low because you too, you know what I'm saying? You ain't man enough to step up and tell somebody.
What's the purpose?
But see,
So basically you telling it like a third person and then they go tell somebody else. That's what you call it.
okay, so let me tell you
Too much
this.
goddamn gospel already.
This is what I was always taught and always told. If somebody ain't saying it to your face, they ain't talking about you.
Ain't talking about nothing.
You see what I'm saying? They ain't talking about nothing. If they ain't said it to
We
your
talking about
face, you can't come and tell me nothing about what Luckbone don't say it if I ain't heard Luckbone say it. Because guess what? I got Luckbone real number. I ain't finna Facebook with you. I ain't finna clout chase with you. Nigga, you know my real number. Call my real phone and tell me why we really beefing.
We always
Don't be
got
trying to clout chase on me because I might be up and motherfucker might be screaming my name a little too much right now. Don't use that for you to get views, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Use your talent.
That's why I wrote a song about it. She Nobody's on YouTube. Y'all check that shit out.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody, shout out to Nobody's on YouTube. Yo, use your own own energy to create your own vibrations. And stop hating on the next man because he got some get up and go and some know-how about him. If you shut up long enough, I'm pretty sure they can teach you something.
It's called work ethic, man.
It's called work ethic. That's all it's ever called.
We always
see what I'm saying?
Never send you a message.
So that's why, yeah, exactly. So, that's why I say it's always an honor to come on Mackin-N-Traffic. And this is part 2 of the exclusive interview.
I'm gonna put my back so y'all can see both of them.
And
I'm gonna put my back so y'all can check out both first. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It's always an honor to come and work with a young talented brother, a young talented entrepreneur such as Lucky. And I don't think nobody else call him Lucky, but I like calling him that because even though I know he luck bone, still that's my Lucky. You know what I'm saying? Because this kid has been lucky in everything he has put together. He has always been successful when he's worked for everybody from North to South Carolina to Georgia to New York, Virginia, to wherever they done hip hop in the independent underground world. He has always extended the olive branch to go out and see what those guys are talking about. And shout out to my nephew Chezzy Boy as well. Chezzy Boy branched out the city and started going to LA and New York and Chicago and doing different things with the film. But one thing I respect about these guys, Chezzy Boy and Muscle, they taught themselves.
You got that right.
They never went to no school. They never spent no whole
self-taught. We always taught each other. We taught you did that shit on the fucking stuff, man. Don't show you.
On tuition.
We feel like outcasts around this motherfucker, man.
Right.
What the fuck you mean? We out here like watch all that shit. We grind this bitch out from the mud.
And then I gotta say this, hats off to Crow.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Crow gave everybody the Channel 21 game.
Told him where to go.
He told them where to go.
Yeah,
Gotta take the 4 classes. Nobody wasn't doing that before Crow. Before Crow was on there was the Don Cody show. So Crow was the one that revamped the Channel 21 and giving us public access to being able to visually show our talent and our local.
Damn sure did. Shout out
You
to Crow,
can't
man.
never take that. You can't never take that from Crow, did he? You see what I'm saying? So I just want that to be known so y'all won't be talking about Bigga Boo Black, we sneak this. And I ain't never gonna sneak this a nigga I know for real. I ain't gonna sneak this period. Because I don't do the gossip and shit. Real talk. And you don't see me with no army of people. You don't see me running around here parading to do all that old craziness. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I came in this world by myself. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to leave this motherfucker by myself. But one thing I ain't going to leave is in fear or scared or feeling like I can't speak my mind. Because anytime I'm going to speak the truth. And you can stop me when I'm lying. I'll shut up if you catch me in a lie. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I built me. I recreated me. When I stopped rapping, I got involved with Little League Sports. I became the Black John Madden, and I'm still a voice in the community, and I'm still changing lives every day, and I ain't got to be in nobody's way or in nobody's business to still be who I am today. I am the one and only Triple B, Bigga Boo Black, the legend. Never wrote a rap in my life, a freestyle king. They didn't want to do
I'm
records.
going to get one out before you leave, though.
They didn't want to do records with me back then because, oh man, I don't even get him on the record unless he writes something. Well, how the fuck you say I write it? How you write a rap when your hand got off the writers? You rap.
Oh my goddamn phone. Yeah, I'm about to get one out to while I got you.
Man.
Told
I
y'all we
gotta
making
do
the
that before I
traffic.
leave because I know I'm...
Come on, before we get up out of here.
Yeah, I got to do
Matter of fact,
that.
before we leave, bro, plug your shit right quick, let people know.
Yeah, play one more phone. Yeah. Let them know how to get in touch. Contact with you. Dame Live on my side.
Dame Live, you know what I'm saying, hit me up. Cuzzo, Bigga Blue, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Luck. We'll be dropping that damn, bussin'.
I want to give a big shout out to Jalicious Cakes too. Shout out to Gia, you know what I'm saying? Miss Roster. Shout out to Jalicious Cakes. They're not delicious, they're G-licious. So shout out to G for
The
checking me out.
Bluetooth device is ready to
I
pair.
said tell Luck Bones to
The
play.
Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
I don't know who it was, but somebody Anthony Wright, Boss Pimp. Shout out to Boss Pimp, the legendary Boss Pimp.
Boss Pimp, what's happening,
Oh
bro?
yeah, man. You can't say Charlie. You can't talk about hip hop.
Like a film.
Yeah, you can't speak hip hop culture without it.
We're doing it, man.
Anthony Wright, aka Boss Pimp. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Little Country and all of them. But hats off. Yeah, hats off to Boss Pimp. You know what I'm saying? Big old pimpin'. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, these are all real Charlotte people for real. So y'all see how I give it up. So if I catch y'all on these podcasts and y'all ain't paying homage to what I done did, you understand what I'm saying? And that means you really drinking haterade.
Oh no, all I'm gonna do is bring it back to Mackin-N-Traffic. We can start talking shit around this motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, he was on that this and he was on that sneak this. No, I ain't finna sneak this. I'm finna your motherfucking there and tell you to your face.
We're gonna start talking shit
Yeah,
about
we finna do all that. I need my flowers before I leave here. Don't show up when I'm gone. Talking, oh, he was the best. He was this. He was that. You ain't never said it to my face. So if you ain't said it to my face, you ain't said it. Yeah, I'm 50 years old. I'm half of a Hundon. You understand me? And my goal is to see 50 more.
I know that shit.
But believe me, before I leave this earth, my presence will be felt. I am the greatest to ever do it, and the reason why the rest of y'all do it. Quietly kept, no shame the devil and tell the truth, man. Y'all know I breathe life into y'all niggas when it came to hip hop. Who did on the West Fest?
We can free Big Meech because it's our circumstantial evidence. And the next thing is this. Everybody was down and everybody was cool with GMS before they got busted. Everybody was down with the train till they got busted.
He died because he told the truth about the industry, man.
Am I lying or telling the truth?
I think it's because they ain't want to go to jail, though.
Yeah, but they were down when the party was going on. Everybody was throwing money in the club. Everybody was still down. So you got to be down.
Oh, nah, we ain't playing that. Yeah, we ain't playing that. Yeah, we ain't playing that. Don't promote that, baby. Off the top, straight drop. Off the top, yeah, off the top, nigga. Off the top, straight drop. We ain't faking, dog. We bout that clear action. I'm with that pull up on. We be macking in traffic. Y'all making decisions. Y'all know big is the business. I stay up in the kitchen. I know the feds be listening. When them bullets pop, you hear them bullets listening. See them two chicks? I see both of them kissing. Never wrote it down. Never wrote it down. But if you ever disrespect me, you gon' bow down. King of the crowd. Say it right now. Ain't no action verb, ain't no predicate, ain't no noun. I got a sound that these rappers never heard. Mackin-N-Traffic with my nigga, that's my word. DG Live, they calling them dang. Popping out of business in some of them big rings. Niggas talking stupid but staring at big rings. I'm the type of nigga that never sold you dreams. I need cream, you got no self-esteem. I be having them lean like they a straight double cream. They don't really understand, they ain't fucking with your boy. You know your niggas nut, but I'm not an almond joy. Competition, stop snitching, start listening. I hear you bitching, I'm in the kitchen. All 36 with the whip. And niggas already know that thing on my hip. Straight off the top. I'm so hot, dropping number straight drop. I will never flop, I'm forever hip hop. You say you can beat me, nigga, you know you need to stop. I ain't the type to act. And if they see me, they want me, then they gon' have them racks. I don't rap for free, I'm not a freestyle. I try to tell you niggas, I've been doing this for a while. The quicker they come, the faster they go. The bigger they are, the harder the flow. Give a fuck about you niggas kicking in the dough. I'm just like Biggie when I come, waving the phone. This is not for show, this is strict for Mackin. This is strict for traffic, so y'all niggas acting. If you don't think I'm acting, then come and get this action. I ain't playing with you pussies for the satisfaction. I'm lacking, it's straight dropping, it's straight dropping. And it's all the time. I don't want to get you birthday, goddamn. Gucci that. I don't know I can rap. So niggas mind your business before you catch one in your love too off in your kidneys. I'm not bullshitting, my lawyer will never forget. Fuck a record deal, I'd rather get that lawyer kill. For me to get out of line, get kill. I'm 50 years old now and I still got skill. It's the D to the I. Yeah, the G to the A to the B to the double roll the floor like none of you niggas don't sing before. I'm from the SHARLO. Double T-E-N, period C. I'm from Charlotte, my nigga. I'm solid, my nigga. 100s and 50s in my wallet, my nigga. So stay strong, y'all niggas won't last long. I'm on Mackin-N-Traffic with the legendary Luck Bone.
Hey.
Fuck you, mean. I ain't got to say no more. Fuck that shit. Y'all see this shit live. Part 1 and 2 on the motherfucking tube, bitch. It's going down. Happy 50th. Space Bigga. Right, we on this bitch, man. Yeah, we gonna be going down.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all, keep watching Mackin-N-Traffic. The one and only Luck Bone, man, you already know. The city's motherfucking goddamn ambassador when it comes to hip-hop and the culture. You already know what it is. Y'all heard it here first. This is Mackin-N-Traffic with Bigga Boo Black Part 2. He gonna put Part 1 on so y'all can see how it started out. And this is Part 2. And I'll be back for Part 3. Because guess what? Ain't nobody fucking with me.
Y'all already know.
Period.
Mackin-N-Traffic, bitch.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, give me. We shot around this motherfucker. We on 6 play. We ain't playing with these niggas. Yeah.
I ain't on good. They gonna make the heat clear up. They gonna
Oh,
make
they 4K right here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we in the game. I got everything. I got everything.
Y'all know what it is, baby. It's Mustard and Mayo 1.5. DJ Prince. I'm with my main man, Luck Bone, GTE. And yo, Luck,
Jefferson Maiden.
he ain't nothing but a